Hello. This video is really long overdue. I've had it sat in my drafts for a while. Um, I say draft as if it's TikTok. I've had it saved on my phone for a while and I just haven't done the voiceover for it. But this is the finished thing once I've got all the lights set up in it. Um, yeah, here's just how I made it, basically. So I'm only covering the eyes here. I've got a video on the helmet itself. These are just the bits you'll need. I'll leave a link for these eyes down in the description, but if you search one-to-one LED Iron Man eyes on eBay, you'll get these things. Really useful. Quite thin, typically used for obviously Iron Man or Batman's eyes, like for the mech suit version. Or Black Panther's eyes, which doesn't really make sense, so I don't light up. But anyway, this is the usual use for them being Iron Man's eyes, so they're quite thin. They've got, it's the reverse of perforated, so it's basically just polka dots all over it in white paint. So when the light shines, it lights up those and you can still see through the gaps in them. You can see I'm just trying to peel this plastic protection layer off, which I couldn't do without removing the silver foil, which is designed to bounce the light back out the front. So I've just grabbed a kitchen knife to cut it off because I couldn't find my craft knife. Comes off relatively easily. It's just a protective film. You can leave it on if you plan on looking under the lens, which I know some people do, but I plan on filling up the entire lens here. So yeah, this is me trying to show that you can see through. You can see the other light through it, but my camera wouldn't adjust its brightness settings enough to show properly. And blue light doesn't always work on cameras very well. But yeah, I took the film off of both lights. And I'm just getting ready to cut these wires off here. I'm telling you just below the shrink wrap tubing. And then I'm going to do that to both sides. We'll only need one battery pack because it's enough to power both the lights quite brightly. And now once you've done that, I'm just using, you can use a knife or you can use snippers. You can actually get a special tool that does this for you. I choose to risk it most of the time and just cut until I get through just the plastic insulating tube. And then what you can do is you can just pull that edge off and you've got the exposed wire. Which took me a few goes this time. All the ones I did off camera came off first try, so naturally the one I do on camera comes off after a few. Yeah, this is just me showing that I've done it all. Taking all the wires off. Here I'm just saying, you know, red to red, black to black, the usual thing with wiring. Fraying the edges just to make sure there's more contact between all the different wires and twisting them together to turn it back into one. These are shrink wrap tubing with solder built in. It's a low temperature belt solder with glue on one side. The blue bits are glue or adhesive, and then the silver in the middle is the solder, and it's all confined within a transparent shrink wrap tubing. I'm just using my heat gun here to melt it all. I'll leave a link to these in the description as well. They were from Amazon. All my stuff is UK based because I'm from the UK, so anything I link that's Amazon or eBay is usually something I've had delivered to the UK. So you might have to search a similar term to get it to come up if you're living in a different country. But here you can see, all melted down, holds really nicely, lights still work perfectly, and they're still really bright even with just that one battery pack. My camera was still struggling to adjust and does hurt my eyes if I keep it on for too long. So yeah, I'm just sorting it out now and trying to work out how to glue these bits together, making sure like that the whole like width of these lights will cover the eye. From my perspective they did. I realised on camera it doesn't show quite well. Yeah, and then I'm just going to heat them up because they are a acrylic, I believe, which means you can heat them up and bend them just to fit the cylindrical shape of the helmet itself. I don't want big gaps at the front, and because I've made this helmet a smidge too small for my head, the lenses fit quite close to my eye, and I would rather not have them pushing into my eye socket, so bending them helps to do that. You can see I'm just going to line them up here and make sure they fit within the helmet. I actually made the mistake of bending them the wrong way. What I should have done is had the silver facing me, because what I've done instead is I've got the silver plating facing the wrong way, so it's bouncing the light straight onto my face, which I fixed with a piece of electrical tape after the video. But you can see there, fully covers all of the eye. I split it at the end there. And I've also cut off the silver edging that runs around the outside of the acrylic just to glue these pieces together here. I don't recommend using your thumb to cool down hot glue, but I've got nerve damage in my fingertips from burning them, so it doesn't really make much difference to me at this point. So I'm using my cold hands to essentially dry the glue out quicker. You can see I burnt myself there a little bit, a bit stuck, and I didn't notice until it started to burn. Immediately back into it though. And again, I recommend if you are going to try this, which again I recommend you don't, lick your thumb first so the hot glue doesn't stick. That's what I've done this time. And this time it stuck to my finger. But yeah, there you go. That's how I glued the pieces together. I then ran super glue up the edges, I believe, after this, just for a bit more security. I do recommend using Plasterweld. That works really well for merging these two. Don't do it on the side that has the polka dots painted on. Do it on the side the clean sheet of acrylic side, because the Plasterweld will melt the paint. I found out recently, way after this video, when I was trying to Plasterweld it together, and that just fixed the gaps. And then all I'm going to do, now that I know that this works and it fits properly, I'm just going to use the hot glue, use loads of it to hold it into the place. You could do it much cleaner than I did. Unfortunately, I decided that it doesn't matter because it's on the inside, which now bothers me because it scratches my face a little bit. But yeah, just hot glue it in, and you'll end up with this. There's a little bit of blooming from the super glue there, which you can remove with acetone. Again, make sure you don't touch the white dots with the acetone or the Plasterweld, because it will melt it off and smear it, and it makes it very visible when you turn the lights on. You can see a tiny bit of hot glue there, which I also later removed, and the absolute mess of wiring that I've just hot glued in place. I've got the battery pack just stuck to the bottom there. You slide it out, change the batteries, slide it back in. You do it much neater than me without a camera in front of you most of the time. And yeah, just the effect we're going for. Lights up very nicely. And it's flickering on camera, it didn't flicker in person. I think it's just because the different angles of the dots on it. And then here's a lovely video of me with a dodgy haircut trying to fit on this helmet. I'm fairly sure it was like 8 in the morning at this point, so I wasn't long out of bed. I was still struggling to put it in because I was first time trying it on. And yeah, it works well. You can see all my eyes through there because I've got the LED facing me, which means it lights up my face, so it's much clearer to see. And you can see just how close my face is to the actual front of the mask. So yeah. Yeah, mate, you need a haircut. Made it so much worse. But yeah, there you go. That's this finished. Just put it in the sunlight for some glamour shots, basically. Yeah, it doesn't really work in the sunlight, but you can still see the blue. So they're very strong LEDs. I recommend using this for anything that has wide eyes that you're trying to get to light up. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this has been useful. Stick around for more like this.